city is worth really a deeper look than most people give it credit for. The food in Amsterdam is so underrated. You want to fight me on that? Leave me a comment. Maybe you've missed some key things in Amsterdam that you didn't think about because they're not on the mainstream tourist path. Hey travel lovers, welcome to A Wanderlust for Life, and I'm Jessica. I've lived in Amsterdam since 2014, and I am here to tell you why I think Amsterdam is an underrated destination. I know, before you start yelling at the screen and leaving me hate comments and everything, I want you to, down in the comments, go ahead and let me know what's the first thing or two that comes to mind when you think about Amsterdam. Go ahead, I'll give you a second. And while you're down there, go ahead and hit subscribe if you want more Amsterdam videos, expat videos, or travel videos around Europe. Okay, did you do it? Perfect. I think you probably put down something like marijuana use, red light district, maybe the canals, the canal houses, something like that, right? But there is so much more to this city. I actually was really hesitant to even make this video because we are already an over-touristed city. We have, I think, 18 or 19 million visitors a year in a city that houses almost 900,000. So just think about that. We have over 1 million more people a month visit than we actually have live here, which is absolutely bonkers. But the reason I want to make this video is because maybe you've missed some key things in Amsterdam that you didn't think about because they're not on the mainstream tourist path. And by underrated, I mean there's parts of the city that just don't get the recognition they deserve. So yes, we get a ton of visitors, which I absolutely love, but because you're missing out on some of the things, I think maybe you don't see Amsterdam in the light that it deserves, the respect that it deserves. For example, did you know there's a Picasso in Vondelpark? Yes, this park is historical, it's a national monument, it's beautiful and massive, but there's a Picasso in here, an actual Picasso, and it's right behind me. How crazy is that? You can actually go touch that thing. Did you know there was a Picasso in Vondelpark in Amsterdam? Probably not. Not a lot of people do. But we have green spaces that you will absolutely love. The locals love it. Vondelpark is just one of them. We have Flevo Park, Rembrandt Park, Westerpark, just so many parks that is perfect for a nice day, and you'll kind of get more of a feel for the city. I have had people tell me they didn't like Amsterdam, and when I ask why, usually it's because they're like, it's too busy. There's too many visitors, which I find hilarious because they're one of them. But I get it. There are certain spots in the city, mostly in the center around the canals, the main canals, I should say, that are really packed. There's Kalverstraat, there's Leidsplein, there's Rembrandtplein, there's a couple different areas like that. And for the Dutch people watching, I don't pronounce everything necessarily with a Dutch accent, even if they're Dutch words, because I think Americans are used to hearing them a certain way, so I just say them that way. Because people don't see the real Amsterdam, I think they can get really turned off by the crowds, and they don't really get a vibe of it. They just kind of have this, I don't know, feeling that it's made for tourists and they only see the tourist shops, which as locals we tend to avoid. So that's another reason why I'm making this video. So yeah, parks, Picassos in the park. Did you know we have epic street art? There are a couple different places around the city that you can find amazing stuff. We have the New West, which they actually have a walk. It's a street art tour, and you can take a tour from the different buildings. Most of them actually, I think, are commissioned, and it's ever changing. So if you come 2 years later, you could take the tour again and see new stuff. We have some more, let's say, organic street art in the NDSM area. I have an entire video on NDSM. I'll leave that linked in the description below. They have an indoor museum called Straat, and they are kind of indoor versions of street art. It's just kind of cool, but the whole area is just covered in this colorful street art. I don't even want to call it graffiti because it is actual art. If you go to NDSM on a sunny day, you might actually catch some of the artists creating their masterpieces. I've seen it. I've posted that on Instagram stories before, and if you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead and do that, because whenever I'm out and about, I show you different parts of the city, and it gives you, a different perspective of things that I might see, for example. The food in Amsterdam is so underrated. You want to fight me on that? Leave me a comment, because There are so many nationalities here. We at some point had like the most nationalities in the world, which of course means we have tons and tons and tons of cultural food from all over the world. And that's really exciting. We also have multiple Michelin star restaurants, and there's just so many options here. There are definitely tourist spots that you want to avoid, but really just check reviews, check local websites. One of my friends runs amsterdamfoodie.nl, and she's on top of it. Like, she's always updating her stuff. So you can check out her website if you want, but you will definitely find some amazing places to eat. And I'll have to make a proper blog post on that so that I can share my favorites. If you're looking for some memorable activities to do while you're here that might still be a little touristy and get you to see the main part of Amsterdam, because when you come the first time, you still want to see the canals, you still want to see the canal houses. Like, I totally get it. I'm not saying you shouldn't do those things. I'm just saying expand your options, maybe expand the amount of time you spend here. I don't think people spend enough time here, but I would still recommend, my number one recommendation is still going to be a Canal Cruise, but maybe a smaller boat. I have some favorite companies. I'll leave them down in the description below because there's like 4 or 5 of them that I've taken that I really love and that everybody else seems to love. And my second tip would be to take a countryside bike tour. As far as cycling in Amsterdam as a visitor, I'm not a huge proponent of, just because the cycle paths are also a road, like an actual road for us. So it's not like leisurely cycling here and there. So you just want to know the rules of the road. You want to make sure you know how to ride a bike properly, and yeah, just follow the rules if that's something that you want to do. You can also make your own Delft tile, which is crazy. You can take a stroopwafel making class. You can go supping on the canals. You can sit in the rain while you're making a video. And you can try your neighbor at a place in Flevo Park. I'll leave all of those links down below so you can check them out for yourself. But there are so many interesting things to do here, and I want you to have the most epic trip to Amsterdam that you possibly can, because this city is worth really a deeper look than most people give it credit for. Okay, I want to hear from you. If you have any other undiscovered, underappreciated tips for Amsterdam, leave them in the comments below, because I want to check them out and I know everybody else does. But I want to thank you so much for watching. If you want to support this channel, please subscribe, hit the like button, share the video if you'd like. And we also have a Patreon where you get exclusive extras, including live streams and extra videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.